What's up, boys and ghouls? I'm Twiggy Stardust, and today I wanted to give you guys a little haul of my first actual video. We're gonna get into it. This is everything that I like. It's kind of different from like the normal, basic white girl. Obviously, if you can't tell. If you follow me from Instagram, which probably nobody does, I'm a little bit bigger on there. Follow me, Twiggy_3_Stardust on Instagram. Let's just get into it. Okay, so number one would have to be my all-time favorite palette. It's a custom one that I got from Ulta, and I just got a couple shades in here. I'm obsessed with Birdie Doll from the Distillers, and she's these two matching right here. It's the first top two right here. The first one is Uninterrupted, and the second one's Texture, and that's the one she mainly used back in her prime, like when she blew up and like she was known for like the super smoked out eyes. She used this MAC Texture right there. I love it. It gives you that grungy effect around the eyes. It looks real. It looks like you partied for days. Kind of almost like that heroin she kind of look. Those two colors especially are the best. Like I'm obsessed with them. I also do have, this is the Bobbi Brown eyeshadow. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills Red Earth, which I use a lot, and then I also have a lot of Natasha Denona Makeup Geek and some older MAC shadows here that I still am obsessed with. They're like kind of like crazy David Bowie inspired looks. So yeah, that's that one. Blue glowed out smoky eye, and you can't go wrong with anything from Jeffree Star. I know he's done. He's canceled right now supposedly, but I still like his products. They're really nice. It's all the blue shades that you could ask for, like everything you could ever need in a blue palette. To use this all the time. For some reason, I grab towards it more, like in the winter time. I don't know why. Maybe because like everything's cold, so I want to look cold like an alien in the winter. But the next one, obviously, any grunge kid, any goth kid loves and has this palette. If you don't have this palette, you need to get it right now because it's got the newer emo kind of grunge vibe, kind of like the Gerard Way kind of aesthetic. Because it's got the reds, it's got the berries. Honestly, I have a pan right here. At first. Well, it's a softer shade, but also it turned into easily my favorite shade because you can just throw this pink on. It's like coral or pink, and it looks real too. It looks like you're sick, and that's what I go for. I go for the opposite of what the basic white girl wants. I like to look sickly. I like to look undead. I like to look like I'm fresh out of coffee. So it's perfect. This whole palette is perfect for it. I need to get a backup with this. So yeah, the Line Crime Venus 1 palette. The next one, this is another huge favorite, the Natasha Diva palette. This thing is freaking amazing. It was definitely a pretty penny, but it's so worth it because Natasha Denona shades or eyeshadows are just, the formulas are amazing. I'm obsessed with them. Right when I started dipping into this palette just to swatch it, like, it's got every grunge color you could ask for. Everything. And the pans are huge, so like the $130 price tag is so worth it, because this will last you a lifetime. You can barely just dip into these shadows once, and you got a full-on, like, black, I'll show you guys actually a little swatch. Or you swatch on this one. Or, you know what? Here. Look at that. That's intense. That's just one swipe. And that's the blackest black I've ever seen. Usually with black you have to go in it a couple times, but this one you don't. And then if you wanted to blend it out, where it's like more sheer, or like just a living dead girl kind of look, you can get the perfect gradient with this because it blends out into like a light gray. Like it's perfect. And then my other favorite shade on here is, where is it? Prairie, the second one on the top. That's a camel brown. And obviously, Birdie Doll, like I've already said, she loves camel browns in any kind of like a peachy tone brown or a warm tone brown. That's like the grunge staple anyway, or the heroin chic staple. But yeah, so that palette is the best. It's expensive, but it's so worth it. You can get it on Afterpay and just pay it off like I did. Or, you know, there might be other dupes for it, but yes, it's the Natasha Diva palette. Very fun rock. It's kind of a basic white girl palette, but another cool thing about her palette is these little holes up here. It's made to take out each shade. This one, I have a new love for Tarte. This is the Tarte Cosmetics Toasted palette, but this is like a super punk, super grunge palette. It's the Tarte Cosmetics Toasted palette. This has the peachy browns, this has the camel browns, this has the terracottas, this has the reds. Look at that. It's a freaking beautiful palette. So, one of the shades that I'm really into right now is this bottom one called Latte. It's like a peachy brown shade. It's honestly a dupe to MAC's Texture, the first shade I showed you on the Z palette. So it's a beautiful one. It's a little bit lighter, but it's almost just as opaque as the MAC ones. MAC is still good in my book, I think. MAC has the best grunge colors you could ask for, and they kind of started it all. That was like the brand that everybody wanted. But anyways, I'm going on a tangent. So the next palette, Anastasia Beverly Hills Mourning palette. I got this in my Luxe, or Premium Boxy Charm, one of them, and it's freaking awesome. It's got everything you can ask for too, like on the crazier side of things. Like it's got your Y2K kind of colors, it's got the fall kind of colors, the oranges, the reds, the pinks, the purples, like even crazy aqua Y2K colors, like I said. This is like my creative palette. If I want to add a pop of color to my eyes, I'll go to this one, because it's also a pro palette, kind of, on the Nordina section, and it's so worth it. I love it. It's super pigmented. It reminds me of Natasha Denona, maybe just a little less pigmented, but almost white there. Nothing can beat Natasha Denona, and nothing actually can beat this next palette. So this next palette was like, I don't remember, almost $150, but it's so worth it. It's just as good as the Natasha Denona, and I just love her packaging. It's the Pat McGrath. She's so punk rock. She's everything and more. Like, I'm obsessed with her work. She kind of started it all. She's named for, when she works on her clients, she's started that whole punk rock thing. Before COVID and everything, she would just use her fingers, and she says that's the best way to do it. That's kind of how I do it. That's how I started. I still like it because I get the best color payoff and the best looks. I mean, I still use brushes, but yes, this is the Bronze Goddess palette from Natasha Denona, and I like how it's just, it's so cool. And the palettes are like heavy. This is like one of the heaviest palettes I've ever seen or held. Is it 30? I can't tell. Look how beautiful that is. She's known for her VR shades. The thing about this palette is it's hard to open it right, but yes, look at those beautiful shades. They're gorgeous. This is everything punk that you need, like everything in that grunge blown out smoky eye, kind of like sultry eye category. Yes, everything and more. You got, my favorite shade in this is, let's see, the Extreme Aubergine, which is right here. You can turn that into a deep black, or you can layer it, make it super dark. The VR Fire Opal and the Astrolina Gold, the two on the end right here. Like, you have to see it to believe it. Like, I don't even know if it's showing up as beautiful as it is in person on camera. But yes, this palette is everything and more. Literally one dip, just like the Natasha Banana. It's a gorgeous palette. And then also, I mean, ignore the fingerprints, but the backs of them, they're gorgeous. I love it. It's beautiful. It's like a piece of art. It's crazy. But yes, this is like maybe in my top 3 favorite palettes. There's another palette that she just came out with, and it's kind of like a pastel style. Like, I don't know what it's called, astral projection. Here, let me look it up. Because this is a beautiful freaking palette. Right here. It's one of the Mothership palettes. Look how gorgeous that is. Beautiful. It's 125. It's a gorgeous palette. I just love her VR shades, and like I like to do the glitter tears, which that'll be my next video. It's gonna be a tutorial. Everybody on Instagram always asks me to do a tutorial on like the undead schoolboy look that I do. So I'm thinking about doing that. So the next palette, I love MAC Cosmetics, and if you're a goth or grunge kid, you can't go wrong with the MAC Cosmetics palette. I have the Mary Jane palette also.